You are taking your sales calls with a script, and it's the biggest mistake you're doing right now. On the personal experience, a month ago I was in a sales call, and that person told, I get to the end of it, I tell the offer, I tell the price, and they tell me no, and they add with it, if you want a tip, stop reading your script so much, and they hang up on the call. And I wasn't reading the script so much because I already had loads of calls in it, or not that much actually, but I already had like a couple of calls that I went through, right? Probably had like between 100 to 200. So the script was, I knew what I had to say. Sometimes I look back at it and I had it really fitting right perfectly right over the camera. So if I had to look at it, it wouldn't be much, just like boom, boom. And I just go like, try to leave it out. Like I'll look I'll look on my screen. And just for the answers, ask it and just keep on looking at my screen and take some couple notes, which I will of course take some notes, which is obvious. And then, I just keep on looking at my notes. And when they say something, I take the notes. And then later on, look back at the camera. It wasn't like look up, look down. And I still saw it. And the reason is because people see it, right? But also, when you read your script, you look like a robot. You look like a moron, really, right? You look like you lose some of that energy in that life, and you especially lose that conviction that you have in your offer, which is the most important thing. Because the thing that you are doing as a salesman is you are transferring the belief that you have in your offer that it can deliver to the person in front of you, so that they believe in your offer, that they can get the outcome with it. And so when you believe in your offer, which your offer actually can solve their problem, then you believe in it, you have conviction, and you talk with conviction. And then that conviction is, you transfer it to them, and then it's like how much they believe in it. And if you just talk like reading a script, they're not really going to believe into their offer, right? Or actually, they're like, on the scale of 1 to 10, they're going to believe like at 3. Well, they could believe at 7 or 8 or even 10. If you actually like talk correctly to them, right? You talk with like, right now I'm now talking with a script. I don't have the script, right? So I don't look at the camera, so look at my phone, look at the camera, look at my phone. It's 2 things I have. I don't have a script right now. Look at it. I have a script. This is a couple notes for the things I'm going to share to you. But that's it. Where I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not much more. So what is the solution? The solution is having a plan instead of a script. You want to have a plan that you follow and just a box that you can tick. Right? It's one thing that I took from Renzo. I learned from Renzo, and I add it up, I switch it up, I put on my own sauce, and then look at like what other people are doing and mix it up. Look at Alex Hormozi, look at Jordan Belfort. I have the book of Jordan Belfort, which is right there, The Way of the Wolf, the straight line system, which I also use in it. And the one difference that Alex Hormozi highlighted between this one and Alex Hormozi script, which by the way, all those scripts plans that have somewhat the same steps, right? They all have some of the steps all have the same directions. Something I'll add, something I removes, just all the same thing. Sometimes it depends on the industry, sometimes it depends on the service that you sell, but it's all basically the same. All question-based frameworks where you just ask people the question with the 4 basic questions of why they are here, what is their current situation, what is their dream, desire, outcome, what is their roadblock, and you pitch the offer. This is the basic thing, right? So in the closing system framework is when you look at, for example, the framework of Alex Hormozi, it contains only the first 5 steps. The first 5 steps, and then Alex Hormozi added the 6th step, which is the R. So C, which is clarify why they are here. L, label them with the outcome. O, overview their past experience. Slow S, sell them on the experience, and E, explain away their concerns, which is their objections. Then Alex Hormozi added reinforce the decision that they just made. And now the one I'm going to show you is one you can follow on sales call letter. It's more understandable for you. What is really, just have to go step by step, just take it. The first one is they get onto the call. you have some quick report, but not long, just 1-2 questions, right? Now 3 is too much, right? 3 is when you, like, for example, you start off the conversation and you see there's some good thing. You don't, like, if there is some good flowing, you don't want to cut it off, right? It's maybe some good opportunity to get on good with the person. So you start by like having 1, 2, 3 questions maximum. Then you get onto the call. They know why they're here. You know why they're here. They know why. They know that you know, and you know that they know, and go into the sales call. So you have a couple report questions as, hello, how's your day doing? Right. So you coming from this country? Nice, cool. Then you set the agenda. So now they know what's going to happen. Right. Essentially, they don't have like. It also first of all looks more professional, but also they're not going to feel weird for them. They're not going to have some expectations, some stuff like this. And then also that's a thing where you don't want to tell it as like, oh, it's a free consultation call. We're going to get a 100% full strategy of doing X, Y, and Z, and blah, 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 blah. And then they're going to call and you set that agenda. And it's going to be weird to them because like you told me you're going to get a free strategy where I'm going to get this. But actually now I get on the call and it's like the agenda is like, I'm going to go through a couple questions, see where you are, and see if I can help you in the first place. And if you are a good fit, then I'll present you an offer. And if not, we'll leave you there or something along those lines. This one thing you can do for set the agenda. And if you say this, but before you said, hey, it's going to be free consultation call where I am going to share you a strategy on how you can get your first 5 clients. But you don't do that, right? Then it's going to be you breaking the promise that you have, right? Then you just like hurting yourself, hurting your brain for any other reason. Might as well just not do the sales call. So yes, now you set the agenda. Number 3 is why they are here. So you want to understand why are they on the sales call. And some people will not re-answer that question. They'll say, look, well, I want to see what you offer. I say, okay, well, what is it so important for you to know what I offer? Or why is it useful for you to know this? Or why do you want to know this, right? You can go dig. Especially usually those people who are, the same thing with women. The woman who the most angriest, the women who are angry, the women who are like a bit arrogant and all and stuff like this, they hate the most when they love the most. So the same thing with those people. When they say, we tell them why you are here, why are you on the call, and they tell you, well, we just want to see what you can offer, or something along those lines. They go, well, I saw that you are in that niche and I'm trying to learn to this, so I want to see what you can do. If you didn't sign them up, they'll be the best clients. Most of the time they'll be the best. If not, of course, on the rest of the call, they'd be a bit more positive, right? That means they talk, right? Some people are just like completely closed. They're like, well, to see what you have to offer. Well, what is so important for you? Well, I want to make some bit of money. Okay, and so why is it so important for you to start to make some money? Or why you want to make some bit of money? Or why you want to lose that weight? Well, I know it's obvious, right? Some people who are closed like this, they're not, so in my personal experience, they're not here for, they're not going to be ideal clients and actually not going to buy. They're just here for just the experience. They can get maybe something out of it. They can they just like see how the sales call goes, right? They're not actually going to like interested in the offer, interested in something. The people who are like a bit like more stoic, right? I'd say like with no emotion to it, they are going to be the best clients because, of course, after all, they are more positive and they're more open talk. It's because now those people, when it goes like all over the place, because it's going to be one time we're going to go all over the place when you are delivering the offer, because you get them from here to here, and from there to there, there's a change of identity. And when you change the identity, there's bits of mix up so that they can then straighten them back the line. Because it breaks here, breaks this to build this, and you need that break because it's not going to be like just boom, 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 of course. So in that thing, they're going to be stoic. They're not going to be emotional. They're not going to hit you up in DMs and telling you, oh my God, this is a problem. You wake up with 20 messages. And then I had one time a client so he wasn't doing the work, and he told me he was doing the work, and I was looking like, he's not posting. Maybe he's doing on the other platform, which this is when I was delivering on Instagram and Facebook, which I still do. And I was like, maybe he's posting on Facebook. He's not posting on Facebook. Maybe he's posting on the communities on Facebook. I'm going to communities that I know he is on, so he's not posting there. But he told me he's posting. I'm going to check up on him. He said, like, say, hey man, so how is it going with the work? So, oh yeah, I'm posting. Like, oh no, those. And I asked him, oh, I didn't saw the post for the communities, or need on the communities. Oh no, I found other communities. Oh, cool, nice. And then on the same evening, I get this, or like it was like went for like a week. And the same, so and then when I text messages on the same evening, I get a video of him. I get a video of him. He wasn't drunk, but he was a bit shaky, let's say. Get a video of him at like 3 a.m., which goes like for 3 minutes. I think no, even 5 minutes. Who goes like, yeah, I didn't do the work, and I'm so sorry, and like, you know, I'm a bit drunk, but I'm gonna do the work now. I'm like, so I wake up, I see a video from him. I'm like, cool. Maybe he's like send me some proof of like the content he did, like the things that the question that he has. Nice, right? I go and do my couple things. Right? I get my work done. The first phase of the work is done, right? Deep work in the morning, and then I go on my phone. I check up this video, and I see this, and I remember it's like 11 a.m. and I'm like, wow. I'm like, that was like a, because I didn't. This is the first time experience. I was like, I didn't know it could have gone like this, right? But yeah, it was funny. I tell him, okay, bro, you need to buckle up now. I'm gonna give you a couple of things you need to do, and you're gonna check up the list, and you're gonna show me every day. And boom, 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 and he did it. And he did this, but then afterwards he didn't want to do the offer anymore, and he just left. And so you want to, so that's why you like to more have stoic clients, because then those people are going to be unfazed in those periods. They're also not going to do random things and go all over the place and start to get drunk, right? That's one thing also. Because let's say imagine you're a fitness coach and your client gets drunk every Sunday or Saturday or Friday or all of them, right? You're not going to actually get something going with it. So now you figure out why they're on the call. You want to see what is their current situation. Or you see so right now, for example, they have they are overweight. They like what do you know? Maybe like how much do you weigh? I weigh that amount of weight. Or yes, I have, for example, I'm a financial coach. I have like $1,000 in the bank, but I don't know how to invest it. But if you have $1,000 in the bank, it's not like you shouldn't really look at stocks and maybe like $10 here, $10 there. You're not gonna get much out of it, but you can build a habit out of it. Some people do this, and that's fine, right? Some people, and I don't, because I know once I get the amount of money to start to invest, right, really seriously, then I'll do. But if you have like $1,000 in the bank, the first $1,000 should be invested into yourself. And actually, when you grow to the same money, like it's like you have more money, but still a massive amount of part is going to be invested into you making more money. It's like learning how to make more money, because you're going to be the one who's going to make the most money. It's not going to be like your portfolio, because even the portfolio, investment portfolio that you have, let's say, is like worth over $300 billion. Well, that one, you build it to that level because you learned how to spot the business. You learned how to then take a part of it and learn how to then manage it inside, because you're not going to do it like 2% here, 2% there, right? For example, you look at Warren Buffett, he has like 30% of this company, 40% of this company, right? 33, 35, 49, 51, right? And so like has big parts of each companies. And so like for a couple of companies, so numerous companies actually. I don't know how much, but he has like, you can look. Because for example, another thing is that people say like, oh, McDonald's not so bad. I'm bro. Have you ever touched the steaks of McDonald's? Terrible. Warren Buffett, and because then you say, well, but like Warren Buffett, right? He's a multi-billionaire. Let's say first, more Warren Buffett net worth. I'm diverging a lot right now. Warren Buffett net worth. He is at $135 billion. Okay, and how much does he own of McDonald's? Ownership of McDonald. I'm diverging a lot right now. But apparently he sold his things. To sell McDonald's. I know, he said it was a mistake to sell McDonald's. So he has a company, right? He's a company which owns those amount of percentage, right? So like those stocks. So boom, boom, boom. So now I have the list. The thing is that maybe the company name has a different name, because when I look at the list, there is no McDonald's. Maybe he didn't sell everything. You know, I think I'm gonna make a second video where I'm gonna really just do the sales script. Right, because then it's like I'm diverging a lot right now. I don't have the list right now, but when I look at like, I don't find it, but when I look at like the amount of shares that the ownership of the company that Warren Buffett that owns the amount of ownership that they have over the companies that they buy, on the shares that they buy, is like goes from 100% to the lowest is hold on, I have something else here. That's a card. Anyway, so it goes from 100% to 50%. Right, exactly. The lowest is 50% with Vercadia mortgage financing sector. Look at here the shares ownership. Well, look at, for example, here he owns 20%. So the company owns 20% of American Express. 12% of Bank of America, right? 30% of Davita. If you look at Diego, he owns like 0.03%. Of course, yes. A couple other things where he doesn't own that much. Johnson Johnson, 0.01. Right here, 14% of Liberty. So it's not like small shares, right? One share here, one share. No, it's like actually massive. Former subsidiaries. Apparently, so Heinz Company, 52%. You know. So where was I? Exactly. Where was I? I was at their current situation, right? So as like a financial coach. If you have like $1,000, first thing you should do is invest in yourself. Back onto it. So like you find out their current situation where they are, right? For example, right now I'm making like $50 a month with my coaching business, and I am working a job. Okay, cool. And what is your dream outcome? Well, my dream outcome is I want to get to that amount of outcome. My dream outcome is I want to get to $5,000 a month. My dream outcome is I want to have a six-pack abs. My dream outcome is I want to, right? They tell you why, and also you want to then dig, right? So what is your current situation? How do you feel about it, right? Or what do you think? What you don't like about it, right? And then about their desired outcome, same thing. You want to go dig. So like, why do you want this? Why do you like that? Why do you like why do you want this outcome, right? Why do you want $5,000 a month? Actually, why do you want it? Right? Ask this to yourself also. Why do you want 5, 10, 20, 30, 100, right? Millions of dollars a month. Why? Right? You don't have to go that deep on the left, right? But just a little bit, so you know yourself a little more, right? And also some couple of things that you can see, like or maybe I want it, but not for this reason, right? I want it for that reason, right? So maybe I don't, because some cool things you can see though, like can shift your mind. That would be interesting when you dig. But essentially they'll tell you, well, I want $5,000 a month because usually on the sales call they say, because I want to help my family, because I want to quit my job, I want those things. But also then they can say, well, for example, I know one of the reasons why I want to make money is because when I used to go to like, there was like years now I don't really go in restaurants right now more much. But when I was like years ago, I was on a date with a girl and I went in a restaurant. We would take like a takeout, and it was during COVID, so past COVID, right after it, or right before, one of those two. And I remember it was like a Asian shop. We're doing noodles at the grandma, and she took like some fried rice, something like this. And since it's in Bordeaux, right? So like culture, like, right? What I mean is like food goes all over the place, right? There's one restaurant just opened, not recently, but just opened. There's actually one restaurant who just opened recently. It's another one just opened recently who's doing like ashta, which is ice in the I taste in the. I come from Lebanon, and I have origins of Lebanon. And when I go to Lebanon, we eat ashta, which is cream ice yogurt with pistachios, and they do it with they do it with like the milk of like oat milk. I see it, I'm like, oh my god. I mean it's Bordeaux, so I don't mind it so much, right? It's not like the food in Lebanon, so I don't mind it so much, but it's like, oh my god, vegans are taking over Bordeaux, but I don't mind it, right? But I'm like, it's like, as long as they don't take over the original food, which they won't, right? They will never, especially in Lebanon, especially with Arabs, right? This just won't happen. But in Bordeaux, I'm like, damn, right? But then looking at like the other restaurant, it was like one who's like called 230-degree version, right? Celsius version, fusion. And I thought it was like they were doing like some fusion cooking, right? Or like some secondless cooking, which is like, no, like some really quick cooking. Boom, is like from maybe something with the hot pot, or like they have like some the fire. No, it's just French and Chinese cooking mixed together, which can be tasty, right? But it's like you see in Bordeaux how it goes. Restaurants everywhere in Bordeaux. But remember, I went to that shop, I went to that restaurant, and I took grammage to the fried rice. When you go out with a girl, you invite her. Right, that's what I did. But then I was like, I saw the sides, and they were like the crusty ravioli, right? How's it called? Gyoza. And remember, there was one with beef, chicken, I think with pork, I think it was like a mix, and I think there was like one veggie. I want to take them all. Like, when you're out with the girl, like, except if she knows you, right? If she knows you, and she knew me already, right? So like she knew I eat tons, right? So like it wasn't a big matter. But if you're on a date with a girl, you don't eat tons, right? Just eat like some. You eat afterwards. You eat afterwards. You eat before, right? Whatever, right? But essentially, I want to take them all. I want to take all of the sides, but I didn't have the money. And I remember each side was like 9 something like this, and it was 12 plus I think 13. That makes 12, 13. That makes 25. Plus we'll take one side, which is 9, which is 34. I want to take them all, but I didn't have the money. So I was like, damn. So as soon as I get like good money, because then it's like, okay, when I get to this, because I already did it, right? I did it. When I get to that amount of money, which was I think like, I think when I start, I think it was around $1,000. I go to Italy. I did. When I make my first money online, I go eat to a ramen shop. I did. Now when I get real money, I go to the restaurant, take all the sides. I go to a counter and say, give me all the sides. Right, I'm really close to it. But then you ask them for a design outcome. I can tell you some of those stories. You're gonna add some emotional. You want to also have like the emotional drive and the logical drive. That's when you want to have both. Because if you just have the emotional drive without the logical drive, right, for them the really logical reasons, more emotional reasons and logical reasons. If you have just emotional reasons, no one in your offer. If you don't have the emotion, if you just have emotional reasons, but don't have the logical reasons for them to stay, then in 3 days they're gonna ask you for a refund. But if you just have the logical reasons, and cannot create like incent the emotional reasons, then they're not going to take the step in the first place, right? Either they know they want it and they just take it right now, boom, or they are going to they just like they're just like not going to take it, right? So same thing with them. You want to convey those two things. It's like them having, so pulling out, saying it. So then they say they have like this emotional reason, this logical reason, right? Now they have the pushing forward, and they also have the reasons to stay. But also, for example, on the call, if they like at the end with jello price, they will have the logical reasons. Like here, it's like they have emotional reasons first. Like they're gonna take the first step. Like, oh yeah, I want this because this, and the logical reason of, you know what? Yeah, and actually, like they get the emotion. They say they think back, but they say, but you know what? Yeah, because of this logical reason, this logical reason, this logical reason, I should take it. Right. So either because you offer it so good, and also because they want it, right? Or actually both, right? This is how you're gonna make it work. Get them those both ones, and now you get to the next step, which is what is the current roadblock. So what is stopping them from going from like here to here? What is stopping them, right? What is in the middle? This is their roadblock, right? So for example, they don't know how to create content, or they have the person to become they are the person they have to be yet, or they lack the sales skills. They lack the one thing is like in fitness, I don't really understand, like for fitness coaches, except if you're like one-on-one personal coaching, like for extremely rich people, or like you really like, it's like really specific, or it's like some really like deep specialized, like really deep knowledge coach, then okay for 101. But for coaches, I would advise you to do school. It's if you're a fitness coach, I would advise you to do school, because then you can take on so much more clients, and especially because it's somewhat the same thing for everybody, just depends on the calories and all that sort of stuff. And like especially for like fitness coaches, people just need to do the work, right? Then when you go into specific things, like for example boxing, bodybuilding, you want to go like even deeper into health, fine. But then at the same thing, I hear the same thing, like you tell them once, and then there's now so much more, right? So for fitness coach and online coaches, the people are just lazy, right? It's not to discredit their work, right? No, because like, not at all, right? The thing is that like, for them, if they want to then like get some like those clients that they don't want handling with, right? And also if you want to get more money, this is the way to go. Because they like what, for example, having a six pack, go to the gym, like go watch YouTube video, tell you take the random split that you have, start to eat good, go to the gym, right? And then you start to adapt. You split because you learn a bit more, and then you don't eat at McDonald's, you don't eat soda, you don't like do any of those things, and boom, right? That's simple. Back to the next thing. It's like you want to summarize what they just said. So what, like, you especially want to summarize their roadblocks, right? So okay, so if I understand it right, your problems are this. For example, your problems are you don't know how to generate leads with your content. You struggle booking calls and DMs, and you don't know how to close them, right? Yes, or you struggle booking generating leads with your content, putting message up front with your putting message up front, and closing sales calls, or you don't know how to write emails, right? Boom, boom, boom. Or your new newsletter is not converting in open rate, and boom, boom, boom. Okay, these are your problems, right? The close of the problems, or especially like most of the times when they have a problem that like it's blocked, like let's say it's a 5-step process, right? So 4-step process. Something blocking here, they don't know about those two, because it's like the flow comes in here but blocks here because they don't have this one. It's not, they don't have enough data to know how to do this, and to know how to don't have it. So like it's not enough coming here, so like they don't use this actually, so they don't have enough data, enough skills, right? So usually they have problems here also, but these are his main problem. He knows this is his problem, right? And also doesn't mean that they don't know how to do this. Sometimes they come in and like they know how to do this because they studied this one more, or they had some past experience, right? But usually this is how it is, right? In the basic process of it. So now they told you their problem. You want to make a, so you have your offer. You have your no-brainer offer, right? You have the plan of your offer. But I told you so many things about them. You want to custom tailor it, right? So for example, they told you, I don't know how to write emails. Where, and let's say in the fourth step, or the third step, where you talk about funnels, right? And how to build a funnel for them. This is where you can add this then. So like in the fourth step, where we are helping you build a convertible funnel through your landing page, which will attract leads and get them in convert them into like readers of your actual readers, consistent readers of your newsletter, right? You will also learn how to create emails with a high open rate, and a high open rate, and a high conversion rate, hyper open rate, in the high retention rate that you read until the end, so that you can actually convert them into booking calls, right? Boom. Now I told you about emails, and now you have your offers tailored for them, right? But the thing is, your offer is tailored like this, right? We just highlight those points, right? The same thing is like when someone else comes in and actually have a problem with the sales calls, you highlight on that point, because your pitch shouldn't be longer than 5 minutes. 5 minutes is too much. My pitch, I think, is like 2.5, 3 minutes, and it's way more than enough. There's a story that's been made about a car salesman who did a pitch of 5 minutes, which was a car. It was amazing and enormous, right? It was like a master work, but he just was 5 minutes and he sold it. Over 20 minutes, all the boring thing, right? Because 5 minutes is you get all the information and it's fast, right? And if they have questions, you answer the questions. That's how you want to do it. If you do 20 minutes, right, after the 5-6 minute bored, right, done. They're bored, right? They're not listening anymore, right? Why do I want to listen to you? Right? It's not like in the class where you have the teacher, even in class, right? Who actually does? Okay, I used to not listen in class, right? But some people listen. It's not in class. If they give you a book, right, a French book, which again I'm the bad example for that. But in my class, they used to give us books in French to read, so they have a exam over it. I would not read. I would get it home, put it on my desk, never read it, get to the exam, watch a video, ask my other dudes, ask my friends, and the smartest people in the class, not smartest, so yeah, actually smartest people in the class, tell them ask them, because as the reason I say it, because sometimes I ask one of that guy came to me and asked me, how are you so happy all the time? And I'm right, if you're so, I didn't say this, but I thought about it, if you're so smart, how can you not find a solution for that if you're so, just dig into yourself? But essentially I said, I don't know, I just do things, that was my earlier answer, I just do things, and this is still my answer, I do things, I just do things, right? Because then I asked, what do you do? And it's I don't know, I study for school, and I play video games. Bro. But anyway, they were really, they were really hard working class, really, right? Something to, it's wow. I really stunned by it. I was wow. The amount of work, how good they were in class, that was amazing, really. But essentially, I would just ask other people, and I go to the exam, and the exam wasn't that hard, right? And just you have the videos, you have someone, you can suppose some couple of things, and you get a 7 out of 20. You get a 7 out of 20 on the class, and yeah, right. And you have all the other grades to get it, catch it back up, right? Anyway, so you make them, and so you highlight the problem, you highlight the things that you want, highlight the things that they want, that is going to be more appealing for them, right? And the reason why you don't want to go over 20 minutes, because now they don't have to, that book in French, in school, you quote unquote had to read it, right? Quote unquote. And so for example, it'll be like that. I'm reading a book right now. I put it on pause to read another one. The page are falling a little bit over. This is the type of book that they give you. For example, when you look at Sell Like Crazy, amazing book. Look at the pages. Open a random one. See how it is? Small paragraph, loads of space. Right? It's someone who is selling it to you. Sabri Supi, amazing book, right? See the face behind. Who sold it to me, and I bought it, and I read it, and I don't have to read it, because at the end there are call to action, the website inside of it, and I don't have to read it, and I don't have to buy it, right? So you had to convince me, No, this is the modern, like, it's not, they didn't give us that type of books in school. If they would give us that type of books, I would have read it for sure. This is from Plato, Apology from Socrates, right? So how Socrates did, like, how the whole thing of Socrates when he got killed by the government, or got poisoned when you're trying to kill him. I don't know what really happened to this one. I'm just the beginning of the book. But like what happened actually, so what happened on his point of view. And it was written from Criton and Eutyphron, which I say in French because I know how to say in French, not in English. Criton and Eutyphron, I guess, in English. Eutyphron. And when like I open a random page, boom. Look at that disaster. And it goes from the top to bottom, right? There's no space, right? Literally, none. Like, see the next page? Okay, a bit better, right? It's the end of the chapter. Okay, nice, this dialogue, it's nice. Boom, back on it, right? That's how the book is, right? I'm gonna read it, right? It's not things I want to read it, right? But it's like, if they don't have to stay here and they're getting sold to, and like, they don't read, like, for example, like the book like that they give us in French, it wasn't that interesting. So looking back at it, somewhere nice, right? But it's not something they actually want. Well, why would they stay? They bored. It's one more reason that they one of the biggest reasons of why they won't stay, right? You unconvince them to stay, right? So make it quick. 5 minutes all you need, and especially 5 minutes sales. Right? It works. Then you go and set a price. You don't say nothing. They speak first. And you handle the objection if there is. I hope the video was useful for you. As you can see, I look like the camera and I look back at the screen. And you see this also, right? So you see, as you can see in the video, you probably definitely saw me. Like when I'm not looking at the camera, looking at the screen, I'm like on my screen. And I look at the camera, I look at my screen. You see my eyes, even if I'm from far away, right? You see it. There is energy going through the eyes, which are spears, right? And like it goes through the eye. People see it. When you look at people's eyes, there's a different end, like energy clicks somewhat. And like it sinks, right? Two energy are sinking in, right? Like not sinking, like touching each other. I hope that video was useful for you, and I'll see you next time.